Wow, well, tonight's game of Barcelona and Benfica was just crazy, and if you've been supporting Barcelona for a while, you can say that there was a bit of tension before this game after the previous year's games of Barcelona and Benfica. Yeah, we'll remember those excellent times of Ronald Koeman being coach of Barcelona, but of course we could say that right now it's a completely different game and Ronald Koeman is too far away. Thank God. And thanks to Herr Hansi, we finally have some confidence when Barcelona is playing, because there is no such a feeling that, oh no, we're gonna lose again, or no, we're going to miss the goal at the first minute. But yeah, that's exactly what happened, to be honest. Because at the first minute of the game, I had a real flashback from the previous year under Xavi, when the game starts, everything looks fine, and Barcelona misses just literally during the first 3 minutes. And yeah, at this point I can say that Pau Cubarsí, he screwed up, let's be honest. Of course he's brilliant at passing, he's perfect when it's all about the high line of defense, but at this point, at defending, yeah, he sucked a bit. But okay, come on, he's only 17 years old, and what do we expect from him? I guess playing on such a high level, being a 17-year-old center back is pretty respectable, you know, because we all know that center backs, they only get better and better during the years. Like, they get more experience, they read the game better, and they just become better center backs. But looking at Cubarsí is just crazy, because you look at him and you've got a feeling that he's already 33-year-old and he has won, like, you know, 5 Champions Leagues and 7 La Liga titles. But no, he's still 17 years old, so I can't blame him. But to be honest, although Barcelona missed too early, although we had real problems with the build-up, everything looked fine. Barcelona played well, and we created some real big chances, but there was a tiny bit of a problem, because like during the previous games we basically had no problems with build-up due to very important reasons. Inigo Martinez and Iñaki Peña both missed today's game, and instead of them we had Wojciech Szczęsny and Ronald Araujo. And yeah, okay, we know that those are terrible at passing, but who knew that they're so terrible? And really, I don't really want to blame Araujo, but sometimes you just could see how bad at passing he is, because there were a lot of times when Benfica started their pressing and Araujo was left without any choice but to give a ball back to Koundé, or back to Cubarsí, or back to Wojciech Szczęsny, which was probably the worst decision to make. And yeah, Benfica players really knew what to do with their pressing, because everybody in Europe knows that Ronald Araujo is bad at passing, so we press enough to make to leave Araujo without any choice but long balls. And that's basically what they did. That's basically how their pressing worked, and it worked brilliantly. That's another reason why Barcelona build-up wasn't that useful. Although I just need to know that in terms of defensive skills, Araujo was as goated as usual in this game. But at this point I don't really to keep whining about Barcelona problems, because basically, once again, Barcelona played great. Barcelona was very good at build-up, Barcelona was very good at breaking Benfica's pressure, and Jesus Christ, what a pure genius Pedri is, because literally, when I see Pedri right now, for me, Pedri has been like my favorite Barcelona player for a very long time, and it was very devastating to see him being devastating after another ridiculous injury that he got because of touching a butterfly. And during the previous season, that's exactly what we saw from Pedri. He recovers, he plays for 2 weeks, and he gets injured back again. And at some point, there was a really thought that Pedri could never become a world star. But thank God, thanks to Herr Hansi, again, he did. And this season, well, I don't know, that's Iniesta's performance or something like that. Because basically right now, Pedri does the same thing Iniesta did at his late years at Barcelona. Maybe he's not so fast, maybe he doesn't make decisions so quickly, but goddamn, all his decisions are correct, all his decisions are right. But he already understands what to do on a pitch. When it's necessary, he slows down. When it's unnecessary, he doesn't. He speeds up the pace, and I'm really glad to see Pedri like this. Really, we've been missing him for such a long time, and wow, Pedri still has never been injured during this season. And now in 5 minutes we'll receive some news that Pedri got injured. But everything worked properly. Balde, I've been insulting Balde for the whole season because I don't really like him. I don't like him as a replacement of Jordi Alba. I think Jordi Alba did a much better job at Barcelona, and basically Alejandro Balde, everything he has is speed and maybe some physics. But this game, I think it was his best game at Barcelona because finally he did everything properly. He stayed in a very high position, he always supported the attack, even his passes were accurate. Wow. Although Wojciech Szczęsny, I don't know, tried to kill him and receive another smoking break, I don't know, still Alejandro Balde played really, really great. Oh, and yeah, Wojciech Szczęsny, Jesus. I really don't know what else to say. You couldn't really expect such an experienced player used to playing with the low defensive line under Allegri for years to adapt for a high line, like, I don't know, in 3 games. Of course, it was obvious that he would make mistakes. He has never been a master at coming off his line, and of course he would make mistakes, but I don't know, maybe he wanted to repeat the same trick he did during the game against Real Madrid when he wanted to kill Kylian Mbappe, or what else was his desire, I don't know. Maybe it was about making another smoking break, but the problem was now he tried to kill Balde. But honestly, that mistake could have been avoided easily by Szczęsny saying my ball. And I don't really understand why so-called experts now start yapping about like, oh, you know, Szczęsny has always been a mediocre goalkeeper, so what did you expect? No. And of course, after 2 such terrible mistakes, Barca looked a bit shaken after that, after conceding twice, but still played really great, really great. Again, thanks to Pedri, thanks to Rafinha, thanks to Robert Lewandowski, really, he was just horrible. I don't know what happened to him again, because it looked really puzzled once again. Sure, he scored twice. Both times were penalties, but who cares? But sometimes he really looked like a wooden axe, because he literally chopped any dangerous attacks that Barcelona had. I don't know why. Dropping too deep to help in the build-up. Really? That's the problem of the previous season, Robert Lewandowski. He was trying to help in build-up for many times, and that was the reason why he didn't score enough. And you know what? During the previous games against Real Madrid, against Bilbao, against Betis, he tried to do the same thing. He tried to help him build up once again. But honestly, I don't want to be really hard at Barcelona for like not winning 5-0 or something like that, because nevertheless the game was just insane, pure emotions. Like when Rafinha scored the last goal, well, I'll be honest, I'm not gonna lie, all my neighbors were woken up. And basically, despite his earlier mistakes, Szczęsny has made really crucial saves during the second half, really. If that wasn't him, well, I don't know, probably Barcelona would have lost. And I think it's very important to know that for some reason at the second half, Bruno Lage just destroyed his extremely useful pressing duo. The guy who scored 3 and the another guy. And of course it made life much easier for Barcelona. Transitions were made much easier, and Barcelona didn't really face any difficulties during the second half. They were just destroying poor Benfica. But again, it's Bruno Lage's team, so defense is pretty solid and it wasn't so easy to get into the box. But at some point, I don't know what happened, but Anatoly Trubin decided that he doesn't want Wojciech Szczęsny to become the only meme of this game, and just gave goal to Rafinha. Literally, I have no idea what happened to the boy. The guys exchanged blunders, thank God to that. The game became only funnier. And Rafinha, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what else to say. Just give him the freaking Ballon d'Or. This season is historical. He has never been playing like this. Not in Portugal, not in Leeds, never. And in the end of the day, we have just crazy, just super emotional game in the Champions League. And that's extremely important for Barcelona. First of all, it's all about confidence, because yeah, once again, reminder how Barcelona played against Benfica a couple of years ago. And secondly, that's 3 points, which allow Barcelona to go to playoff directly. And at this point, if Barcelona and Liverpool stay at the first and the second place in the, I don't know how it's called now, the group stage 2, they won't face each other up to the final of Champions League. And just imagine seeing such a final. Although, yeah, we must remember that it's Barcelona and they can lose to anybody. But yeah, this victory was extremely important for Barcelona's ambitions in Champions League, and now it allows us to relax, but just a bit. And I guess now it's time to say goodbye, and I don't know how to you do this in English, so like do this, do like the red button becomes gray one. Yeah, that's the first time I record video in English, so if you like it, just please indicate that you liked it. So that's how I understand that I do something good, not rubbish, you know. And yeah, I hope to see each other once again.